divergence. Max is still selling into the bottom edge, still not getting the buyers coming back in for Max. You can see very strongly offered still. So trying to get as low a starting point as possible, one would imagine, for the long trade to start. You can see Max went bearish up here, not bullish. Max went bearish at 10s, and has managed to take the price down to 90s beautifully, right? And that was before the specs even managed to sell into it. So Max is beating the specs to their own game at that point, isn't it? Max is doing a better job than the specs are getting the price into the right position, which has got to be good news. So Max is starting to buy this low here. You can see that. So there's the first opportunity for Max to buy into these low prints. Max is starting to bid into that little storyline just there. And you can see that that's a nice little takeaway from that buy trade. Starting to just turn a little bit against it, but still bullish overall. Now, Max needs to start making a buy trade at the top edge of this range, not a sell trade. Every time we go up into a high, Max sells into it just now, and that's stopping the price. That's stopping the price from moving through the gears at the top edge here. But so far, so good. We've managed to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades off the bottom edge, and they've all been 10 ticks or scratch trades. We are short bonds on that opening call, so well done anybody that joins me on some short bond action. I am short, and I am heavy short. Anybody join me on some bond shorts? Anybody decide to take the opening call short bonds? Anyone? 21304s? 21303s? It's a good top edge, guys. Curve was good. The opening call on the bond desk was to sell it. We sold it. We had to be patient to wait to make sure Max was going to buy a bottom edge before we sold it. We saw Max starting to buy a bottom edge. We sold it. We got in at 4s and 3s. And it's now trading at 28s, guys. Woo! Gotta love it. You gotta love how good this room is, guys. You gotta love it. Beautiful. Max just put a little bid in that little cross there. You can see Max went bullish on that cross just there. Gave you a nice opportunity to join in with the specs on the buy side of the book here. And you've had a very nice response. If you bought that 95s, it's just traded up to 14s there. So Max is starting to build a little bit of a bullish divergence at low prices now. So that's a strong storyline for us, a nice buy trade now on that equity. And we're getting a very good response to that buy trade, aren't we? We're starting to see some nice upside. 95s up to 20s now. So for 25 tickaroos, guys, 25 tickaroos. Right there, my friends, right there. Well done, laddies. Well done. Who's enjoying the bond short? Anyone? Plenty of you, right? 24s traded. 24s traded. That's a trade, Randy, isn't it? Max is bidding into this candle here at the 30,000 level. Max seems to be a buyer coming in there at 30,000, in line with all the rest of your values there. So just a little bid coming in there at 30,000, took it up to a high print there of 8s. Surprised we're not getting a little bit more from this just at the moment. We've got a very strong spec in the background agreeing with this, but you can see Max has been right to hold the price down here. The specs seem to be a lot more bullish than Max is at the moment, so just bear that in mind. Max is not as bullish as the specs at the moment. Probably with a little bit of weight on this ABC that's holding prices quite tight to the bottom edge here, but you know, Max really isn't going to get this one too wrong, so I think we've still got a few problems before we really get a good breaker coming in line with that spec. But just watch for the two elements to line up, guys. Watch for those two beauties to line up. We just traded a big break down to a big block trade at 19s there on the bond from that zero trade, so that's a beautiful, beautiful trade, guys. It's a $500 trade for anybody that joined me on that opening call sell. So $500 per contract on an opening call sell, guys. That's super sensational, isn't it? What a trade, guys. Well done. I like it. I like it. That's all I can ever ask for, is they have people on board. When we're looking for the big ones to play out, that's when we want to see you guys. Great trades. I'm tooting right, it's great trades. Cable sales are working out. If you joined us on some selling at cable, we were trying to sell at higher prices, but then we started to see a big drop off on the dollar. We started to see the euro dollar. We started to see a big drop off on the gilts. We started to see a big drop off on the pension funds. You didn't have a choice. You had to sell pounds. It's as simple as that, and it's paid out quite nicely. You can see we'd taken profits twice here. I thought we were going to get up to into this 50 area, but we started to see this big drop off in the euro dollar, the gilts, and then the pension funds all join in on the selling. So that left you with no choice. You're either going to have to cross into the pound or just forget about trading the pound. Sure enough, the pounds came off the 35s. It's traded down to a low print of 70. That's a great trade, guys. That's 65 pips. But into the bottom edge, take a look at what's happening just now. See what's happening into the bottom edge? The gilts are starting to buy cable. The euro dollar starting to catch a bid. So some sellers of dollars coming in. And you can see the pension funds have stopped selling into this storyline. So if you're short, book us some profits in here, guys. Book us some profits in here. It's a nice little bit of business there for you guys. Beautiful.